Welcome to Words of Wonder, where we explore ancient wisdom and its relevance in our lives today. In our journey through spirituality, we often encounter profound teachings that guide us toward a path of inner peace and liberation. Today, we delve into the essence of what it means to be a true Brahmin, a person who embodies purity, wisdom, and self-control. Drawing from timeless insights, we'll uncover the characteristics that elevate an individual beyond societal labels and highlight the importance of transcending desires and attachments. Join us as we embark on this enlightening exploration. O Brahmin, be resolute. Cut off thirst and sorrow and distance yourself from sensory pleasures. Understanding the destruction of the conditions that cause suffering, O Brahmin, become one who knows the obscure, the undefined. When a Brahmin reaches the highest peaks of these two paths, meditative absorption and wisdom, he becomes one who has realized the truth, and all his bonds fall away. I call him a Brahmin, pure human, who has no punishment on this side, that side, or either side, and who is free from cravings and bonds. I call a Brahmin one who is a meditator, who is decay-free, and who is grounded, whose deeds are completed, and who is free from desires, having achieved the highest goal. The sun shines during the day, the moon shines at night, the warrior shines with his weapon, and the Brahmin shines through meditation. But the Buddha shines both day and night with his radiance. He is called a Brahmin, pure human, because he has discarded sin. He is called a Samama, ascetic, because he possesses virtue. He is called a Pabajita, renounced, because he has rid himself of impurities. No one should strike a Brahmin. Moreover, when struck, a Brahmin should not become angry. Let there be contempt for him who strikes a Brahmin, and even greater contempt for a Brahmin who becomes angry after being struck. What is better for a Brahmin than keeping the mind distant from beloved things? The more one controls the mind from violence, the more sorrow diminishes. I call a Brahmin one who does not perform bad deeds with body, speech, or mind, and who has achieved restraint in all three ways. Just as a Brahmin respects the fire he worships, one should respectfully honor those who have taught him the Dharma, whether by initiation or by being instructed. One does not become a Brahmin through hair, lineage, or birth. Rather, he is pure and a Brahmin if truth and righteousness dwell within him. O fool, what benefit is there from your hair? What is the worth of your skin garments? Moha, delusion, is hidden within you, while you are only purifying yourself on the outside. One who wears tattered, discarded clothes, Pamsakula, who is emaciated, and who meditates alone in the forest, I call him a Brahmin. I do not call someone a Brahmin merely because he is born of a Brahmin mother. If he is filled with the obstructions of delusion, I will only say he is filled with pride. But he who is free from hindrances and attachments, I call him a Brahmin. He who has cut off all bonds, who is fearless, who has renounced all desires, and who is liberated, I call him a Brahmin. He who has cut through the skin of hatred, the rope of thirst, and the fetters of false views, and who has removed the obstacles of ignorance, and has attained enlightenment, I call him a Brahmin. He who is free from malice, who can endure bad speech, blows, and punishment, whose true strength is patience, I call him a Brahmin. He who is free from anger, who is faithful, virtuous, desireless, and who has restrained himself, and who has finally gained this body, I call him a Brahmin. Like water on a lotus leaf or a mustard seed on the tip of a needle, I call him a Brahmin who does not cling to sensory pleasures. He who, in this very birth, achieves the end of suffering, who has laid down his burdens, and who is liberated, I call him a Brahmin. He who has relinquished thirst, abandoned the worldly life, and who is an ascetic, having destroyed sensory pleasures and born desires, I call him a Brahmin. He who has freed himself from the bonds that bind man, transcending the attachments of divine realms, I call him a Brahmin. He who has renounced cravings, who is calm, who has shed what caused his birth, and who has conquered all worlds like a hero, I call him a Brahmin. He who knows all stages of birth and death, who is completely free from bondage, who is wise, and who has attained enlightenment, I call him a Brahmin. He who has walked a path that no gods, Gandharvas, or humans can mark, and who has destroyed all cravings, I call him a Brahmin. He who clings to neither past, present, nor future, who has no bonds, who does not grasp at anything, I call him a Brahmin. He who is supreme, the highest of the high, a great hero, a great sage, a great conqueror, devoid of desire, pure, and has attained great enlightenment, I call him a Brahmin. He who knows his past births, who can see heaven and hell, who has reached the end of births, who has attained perfect wisdom, and who has spoken of the pinnacle of spiritual elevation, I call him a Brahmin. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey into the essence of being a true Brahmin. We hope this exploration has inspired you to reflect on your own life and the values you hold dear. Remember, true purity and wisdom come from within, transcending external labels and societal norms. If you found value in today's discussion, please like, share, and subscribe to Words of Wonder for more insights into ancient wisdom and modern discoveries. Until next time, may you continue to seek truth and live a life of peace and liberation.